distorted guitar. That distortion effect is taken directly from Guitar Rig 3, and that's the Screamer stomp pedal. We've also added some additional things from Guitar Rig directly inside Kontakt 3. We've also added an effect, and that is the rotator effect. And this gives you the kind of Leslie sound. If you're used to kind of a Hammond B3, if you're playing that kind of instrument, going through a rotator, you've also got that effect directly inside of Kontakt 3. So what that means is you've got some very excellent sounding guitars in this instance. So we talked a little bit about the performance views and the usability, but that doesn't begin to scratch the surface, because one of the most awesome things about this version of Kontakt is the library itself. We now have over 1,000 instruments directly inside the Kontakt 3 library here. And I'll just go to the Kontakt 3 library. Give me one moment here. Where we put it? Right here. So here's the Kontakt 3 library, and we've broken it up among 6 different instruments collections. We've got band, orchestral, synth, urban beats, vintage, and world. And of course, as I mentioned earlier, each one of these sounds is going to get the dedicated performance views. So that means you've got over 1,000 different sounds in this library now. So it's not a starter library by any stretch of the imagination. A lot of the orchestral sounds come directly from the Vienna Symphonic Library. One of our most requested libraries that a lot of people wanted in previous versions of Kontakt was a world library. So we have a huge world library in here now. We've got things like bagpipes, we've got the Uilleann pipes. I'll just load that one in, give you a feel for that. Things like Uilleann pipes, and of course the Uilleann pipes are going to get their own performance controls, things that are specific to bagpipes, like the drone volume, so on and so forth. We also have a great vintage section in here now. We've gone and sampled all kinds of classic vintage machines, like a Memory Moog, Mini Moog, all kinds of string machines in here for kind of the classic Arp Solina type sounds, and then just some kind of electronic toys, things you might be likely to find in a department store, so things of that nature that sound pretty hip. We also have an urban beat section. What this is, these are kind of inner city grooves. These are all unique to native instruments. And these are all tempo synced. And I can get multiple variations on each group by selecting another key. So there's just the hat part. I can add the main beat. And it will automatically come in directly on beat. So if I'm not right on, it's going to make sure that it's quantized with that hat sound that I already had there. You also have, what you're hearing is Kontakt's script processor under the hood right now. You have a multi-track sequencer actually directly inside this sound. This particular performance view, all those different drum sounds you're hearing, I can play the individual sounds. Or I can use the integrated sequencer right on here to trigger that loop. And now I'm just holding one key down and getting that. And that's just one beat. We've given you guys all kinds of different urban beats in this library to work with. And of course, you can customize these. You can add effects to them via the performance views. So that's the urban beat section of the library. Of course, there's a huge synth section in here because our native instruments were known for some really good synth sounds in general. Pads. I'm kind of a fan of this one called Basement Sprites. This is kind of a nice big epic sounding pad. I'm going to get performance controls that allow me to do things like, for instance, change the filter cutoff. So a lot of hands-on control. So we've given you guys usability, we've given you some new effects, and we've also given you a humongous and very detailed library inside Kontakt 3. There's just one more thing I'd like to show you inside, and that pertains to the editing inside Kontakt 3. Of course, it looks a little different than if you're used to previous versions of Kontakt. It's just a little lighter and easier to use. What we've done is we've changed modulations. Sometimes it can be difficult if you have a really large editing window inside here that you need to scroll through. Sometimes it can be difficult to figure out which what this particular envelope is controlling for a minute. So we've given you quick jumps. If I want to know what the pitch is controlling, I can just click on the quick jump and it will automatically scroll up and highlight the thing that that pitch is controlling. And vice versa, if I want to know what that LFO is attached to, I can click it here and it will automatically scroll down and show me that the pitch and the LFO are linked. So that's just one more thing to make it more usable in general. So that's kind of Kontakt 3 in a nutshell. I firmly believe that this is our most powerful version of Kontakt 3 yet. There's a demo version available for free download on our site if you'd like to give it a whirl yourself. Thanks.